Peace and love. This is the Bubbly Love Show. Peace and love, family. I'm so grateful to be here today. This is the first episode of the Bubbly Love Show that is going to be pre-recorded and on YouTube. I will just be doing it like this for the rest of the month of September, just because I'm here in Togo, Africa, and I don't have good service. So the Bubbly Love Show will not stop. I told myself that I wouldn't stop and that I would make it work. So this is my creative way of still making it work. Unfortunately, I won't have the live conversations with you all, which I'll definitely miss. However, please put some comments below and I'll respond. I got you. So definitely let me know anything that stands out, anything you want to chat about. And I always have my email there if you want to get more deep, DM me on Instagram, all that. So I'm here, okay? I'm very grateful. And let's just get into it. Before I start anything, I always love to start off with some breaths. The reason why I always start off this show with breaths is because it is the way to give gratitude for your being, give gratitude for life. And before anything, before I give and just share, right, which is like outwardly, I need to go inward and I need to give gratitude, because I would not have anything or be anything if it were not for God, if it were not for the Most High in I, right? So I always like to give gratitude with breath. Breath is always a way that you can go back to gratitude and go back to remembering who you are and just why you're here in your existence. So I'm going to do something a little different today. This is my baby now. Yeah, we stepping it up, we expanding. So this is my baby gong. Say hi, baby gong. So while we do these deep inhales, I'm just going to play some because that's what I was called to do. So we're always going to take a deep inhale through the nose and expand the diaphragm when we're inhaling, and when we're exhaling, it's through the mouth and where our tummy concaves, okay? So I want us on the exhale to do it pretty slowly, okay? It will feel different versus if you was to do it fast. All right, so let's just start. Take a deep inhale. And hold. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Take another deep inhale. And hold. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Last deep inhale through the nose. And hold. Exhale slowly. Say, I love me. I am grateful. I am unique. I have everything I need. I am integrity. I am patience. My mind is at ease. I trust me. I am in alignment. And I love me. Ashe. Give thanks. Awesome. So fun. Okay. So let's get into the conversation. Okay. So today's topic is going to be about how Africa changed my life and poverty versus abundance. And I spoke about Africa in many different ways, and it's really come to me, especially today. Excuse me. That needed to come out. You see, this one, like, sound healing is so real. That needed to come out. That needed to come out. That was something stuck. All right, so I realized that there's been so many things that I shared about Africa, and mostly positive, like, on here, right? I mean, I've told friends in like kind of private conversations that's not online some of the cons, because everything has pros and cons, and I'm all about balance. And I feel like I am so passionate about sharing Africa with others and inspiring others to visit Africa that I haven't shared some of the other sides of some of the things that I've seen here. And this is why Africa and my experience here 2 years ago was so special to me, because through the ups and downs in my journey and my experiences there, it really just completely changed my mind, shifted my mind, expanded my mind, and also really broke down a lot of the things that I was and what I thought I was and who I thought I was. And with that being said, I'd love to just share holistically about my experience, because it's not all good. And I realize that both the good and the bad things that have happened, the ups and the downs, the trials, tribulations, are all of what impacted me so much, uh, shifted me so much, and just really it has a big influence on who I am today, what I am today, and even just my mission and how I'm going about it. So I want to start off by saying, 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to come here and teach English, and also lead a girls leadership program where we did like sports, where it's supposed to be sports, but I ended up doing like dance with them and stretching and jump rope and limbo and all of these different games that I came up with, but essentially active, right? And then when I taught English, I was able to incorporate my medicine drum and really just make it personal to me. I love to rap, I love to play my medicine drum. So I taught them English using the medicine drum and rap, and we would make songs about the different lessons. Like when we did the body parts and body functions, we did like, I use my ears to hear, I use my nose to smell, I use my mouth to yell, right? And like, I just really am grateful to be able to combine all of my interests and combine all of my strengths and skills to really create the life that I want for myself, and it is continuously developing. I want to say that a little before I started teaching in Africa, like, I was teaching a bit and I knew that I enjoyed it. I knew I loved teaching rap specifically. And, to be honest, at that time, I only kind of thought like, yeah, me teaching hip hop, me teaching rap, like that makes sense for me, because that's what I've been doing for a very long time, since I was a little girl. So me teaching it was very natural, and it just continued to help me get better at my bars, at my lyrics, at my rhyming, at my cadence, like all that jazz, right? But that's kind of where I see myself. Then when I came to Africa, it literally opened me up, and I became a whole different kind of teacher, because now I'm teaching English. And I didn't really see myself as an English teacher, right? Like when we think about English in America, it's like English language arts, and it's like reading, writing, and you read a passage and you answer questions to the passage. And even though I was strong at that type of that subject in school, I didn't see myself teaching that. Like I was like, I'm a creative teacher. Like I don't teach English. Like what? If you would have told me I was gonna teach English, I would have been like, what? Like you mean music? You mean dance? You mean art? Like that's my realm, right? So for me to be able to flip that English thing and, like I said, incorporate music was magical. But it was a challenge for me in the beginning because like that was my first time that I created a lesson plan. And before I was just going off the lesson plan that the program created. And then honestly, I just freestyled a lot when I was teaching rap because I had that creative space, but not to actually sit down and write a whole lesson plan out. So me doing that really enhanced my skills as a teacher. It made me think about, okay, if I were in their shoes and I didn't know English, how could I teach English? So I taught them the alphabet, how to say each alphabet, nouns, adjectives, and verbs. Funny thing is, like when I was telling them or teaching them certain definitions to certain words, I had to Google it myself because you know how when something is so natural for you, like English is my first language. So it's something that I learned and I was taught, but not really in school. So I'm like, well, how do I explain this? Right. And what was so magical about it is that me being animated and just bubbly the way that I am helped them to learn. I remember when I was trying to tell them what the word tired means. Excuse me, not tired. I probably did that one too, but no, I was trying to teach them what scared meant, right? They didn't know the word scared, but they knew the word afraid, which I later learned. But when I said scared, I was like, it means like, and they were like, oh. Then I told them like crying, and I'm like, and they're like, oh, we understand. So I was able to use all of me and who I am and all of this animated energy to literally teach them. So it showed me that I could truly be myself and I could empower others. All I had to do was just be myself and use all of the skills. God has blessed me to have so many opportunities to learn in many different realms. And sometimes I realized it would confuse other people. And it would be like, well, which one are you? Are you a teacher? Are you a musician? Are you a dancer? Are you this? And it's just like, I'm all of that. And now most recently being able to create the Bubbly Love course in the form of a book is like a layout of who I am and what I do. And even with that, it's continuously developing, it's continuously growing. So the reason why I love my experience in Africa so much is because it empowered me as a being. It enhanced me as more than just a teacher, but as a human being, and knowing what my purpose on this earth is. And this is to impact and influence the youth, use my own experiences that were sad to transmute that energy and share with the children how they can transmute their energies and take all of their pain and their sadness and their anger and put it into something creative. And I'm so very passionate about that. Also, something that to connect it now to this poverty and abundance, something that really came to me and has just been really, really like on my mind is that the reason why I felt so connected to Togo and why it even just came to my spirit, like I would like to do a program that connects the Bronx and Togo. And it wasn't just because like, oh, it's Africa. Like, yes, it's Africa. And I would love to empower my African Americans that have never been to Africa, and also the ones who may not know much about their culture, because a lot of what we were told in school is that we were in slavery, so we don't really know what tribe we came from, what is our ancestry, what does that look like, Native American, African, like we have all of these beautiful mixes all in us, Caribbean, you know. However, not everyone that is like Black American knows anything about their ancestry. And it's a very sad thing to not know who you are, because who we are is way more than just what we look like in our hair and our skin color. However, it is also, but our hair and our skin color and our ancestry is a part of what makes us who we are, right? It's something that can empower us to know where we came from. How do we know where we're going, right, if we don't know where we came from? So me creating this youth program is to inspire and enhance like the knowingness of self. And again, the knowingness of self, it includes all of it. Everything is mind, body, and spirit, right? So my mind and my spirit, I know, is infinite, is limitless. It doesn't have a color, it doesn't have an ethnicity. It is, again, infinite. It is magical. It is in connection, the divine reflection of the Most High. However, my body that I am in, this vessel, this that my spirit is in at this present moment, it is important to know. It's important to know about our hair and to know the power and the electricity that we have within our hair, to know that in Africa we were also royalty, to know that Native Americans were very spiritual and practiced so many practices that are not the Christian church, right? It was very much connected to nature. We have become very much disconnected from nature as a society, and I would like to bring us back to the home, bring us back to our home, to ourselves, that bring us back to the oneness that we have with Mother Nature. Mother Nature is God, it's the reflection, and we are the reflection of Mother Nature. And to know thyself is to heal thyself, and it's to heal others. And with that being said, I would like to make the connections also between like poverty and the poverty that I've seen in my community, in the Bronx, New York, and the poverty that I've seen in Togo, Africa. Though there are on different levels, as far as I've seen children out here without shoes, I've seen children without, new clothes to wear every day. I just learned today that some of the youth I was working with, their parents don't have the money to buy necessities such as school books and pens and pencils, right? So in the Bronx, New York, that is existent as well. However, it's on a different level. So like, for instance, maybe certain homes do not have things to eat, or maybe many things to eat, right? But they have shoes, right? Over here, a lot of them have things to eat because a lot of them grow foods to eat, and that's actually how they make their living. They sell these foods, right? So it's so many different levels of poverty, and I want to say that it is no like one is better or worse than the other, because what I realize that's the same, even though those differences that I just explained, what I realized is the same is a poverty mindset, and the lack mentality. So for instance, if you are in a lack mentality, you can become selfish because you're not sure when you will get money again. You're not sure when you will get food again. And even if you know you'll get money or you'll get food, you'll be in a lack mentality where you don't always want to share because you're scared that you won't have. So that becomes a lack mentality. And also, it ends up affecting you in ways where you may not be kind to everyone around you because you would be willing to step on another person's shoe to get ahead of them, to get above them, to make more money than them, to get to have more than them. So let's make some examples. One of the experiences that I had when I first came to Togo, and similar one the other day. I'll just speak. So there is a taxi that goes from Lomé in the city to Palimé, which is where I'm staying at. Lomé and Palimé are 2.5 hours away from one another. So you definitely need a car. No moto is going to take that ride. But the car charges you very small. So like for instance, it could cost 2,000 to 3,000 Safa or 2,000 or 3,000, which is 2,000 to 3,000 Safa, right? And that is equal to about $3 to $5 in US dollars, right? When we think about that, we're like, what, $5 US? Like, give me that. Yes. Here's the catch. It's kind of like a dollar van in the hood, right? This car takes you all the way to Palimé or all the way to Lomé. However, along the way, they pick others up. So everyone is bunching in this one car and they're giving you the $3 to $5. So basically, the more individuals that a person can get in the car is the more money that they would make. However, these are old cars. I just want to say, you remember the cars where we had to roll down the window like that? There's no buttons. They're very old cars. I would say like from the early 2000s, right? And none of these cars, for the most part, are big cars. They're like the small, regular cars, right? And let me tell you, they would pack these cars up so much so, like when I came this time around, literally, it was me and my brother that traveled. So it was me and 3 individuals in the back. And I mean a grown man, a grown woman, and it was 5 of us. It was myself, a grown man, a grown woman, and 2 children. The brother had his little sister on his lap. So it was 5 of us pack up in the back, okay? And then there was the driver, then my brother here in the front, and guess what? Another man. So there were 2 people in the passenger seat and the driver. So altogether, that was 8 of us bunch up in that car, okay? And it's wild to think about. However, those taxi drivers, they don't play. They like, bro, as much people as I could fit in here, I will get more. And still, when they drive, they make a beep to basically tell people that's walking on the road that they're available to take more. And I'm seeing this guy, mind you, it's 8 of us, and I'm seeing this guy still beeping at people. And I'm like, bro, if somebody come in a car, where are you trying to put them? Like, before, he was trying to pack us up even more, like 3 in the front and us in the back. Like, he was actually trying to put me and my brother in the front before he already had these passengers that I mentioned in there. It's so wild. But again, the more people you have, the more $5, the more $5, and you know the $5 add up. And then by the time you reach 2.5 hours, you know you'll make some change essentially. And the experience that I specifically had when I came last time is that now you know that story. I was coming from Lomé back to Palimé, and it was me and my sister, and we were there, and there was a woman that was, I believe she was pregnant as well, and she had a little baby. She was pregnant and she had a little baby in her arms. So it was my sister, me, and the woman with the child in her belly and on her arms. There was a guy, the guy beeped like to let more people in. He let this guy in, and when I tell you, this man like push himself in there, like there's a whole woman and a child, and it's like he just did not care that she was there specifically next to him. It's like, oh no, like I'm coming in this car because I need to get where I need to go. And that's the mindset I'm talking about. The selfish mindset, as far as I don't care about anyone else. I just care about me and where I need to go. And something, matter of fact, is so perfect. I just went to the Labor Day parade in Brooklyn, New York the other day for the first time. Unless my dad took me when I was a little girl, I don't know. But as an adult, I've never been there. To my knowledge, I haven't been there before. So I went to the Caribbean Day Parade, and something that I noticed, first off, a lot of people were drinking and smoking. So that's one thing, because I know that mindset, your mentality in those moments, you're kind of in your own world. I get it. I did it. I used to be there. I'm not anymore. So I was also able to observe from a sober mindset, and also observe from a very aware. I'm very mindful. I'm very aware. So I'm detailed in everything that I'm seeing, that I'm experiencing. Very, very in-depth detail. That's how I am. So something that I kept seeing is that people were just inconsiderate of others. And when I tell you, like, there was so many people, just more than like pushing, it was more so like, how you trying to bring a whole bike through people and you see a bunch of people standing here? How you trying to push your stroller and you see a bunch of people standing here? So it was like people were only worried about themselves and where they needed to go. They were not mindful and aware or even cared that other people were standing up there, that, you know, a child was over here, this was over there. It was this energy that I was like, wow, people are just so stuck in what they need to do for themselves that they're not being considerate of others. They're not being giving of others. These experiences and these mindsets that I'm explaining, of course, is not all people, because we are in a balanced, like in a balanced world. I would say that we're going to have the good, the bad, the evil, the wicked, the selfish, the selfless, all of that, right? But I'm specifically talking about this poverty mindset and how it can compare between two places that are so far away from each other. So it makes me make the connection that literally the poverty mindset, when you do not have something, you are afraid to share. When you do not have something and are not even used to having good things, you can be selfish with them. And me, myself, have had these experiences where me not wanting to share, or me afraid to give because I wasn't sure about me getting back, in this whole mindset. And then I have to shift it. If I find myself in these mindsets, in these ways, I am aware now within myself and my experiences and my growth and expansion, ascension, that I make the change. I shift it real quick, because I ask myself, wait a minute, is this a lack mindset, or am I moving from an abundant mindset? An abundant mindset says I have everything I need, and when I give from the heart, but I know that when I give from the heart, I receive 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 50 times, infinity times fold. When I give from a heart space, because I want to give, and not give because I feel obligated, not give because I feel guilty, but I give truly from my heart because that's what I want to do, because I want to help other people, you get so much back. So much back. And it is important to not just give to get. It is important to truly give from a heart space, because you know you are abundant and will receive everything that you want, everything that you need, and everything that you want. If you are truly moving in that space, sometimes we can move with this entitlement. Well, I gave you this, so you should give me this. No. That is a lack mindset. You do not give somebody something to get it back. You give from the heart space and know that God will take care of you always. Always. But it is important to move with intention. And it is also important not to just give something that you don't have, something that you're lacking in yourself. You don't give away your last dollar because you feel guilty. You give when you can give. You give from an overflowing cup, not from a quarter full cup. And now you here begging because you just gave your last to somebody. And that's what creates all of this anger and this miserable energy and this just unneeded trauma. And then you pushing it on other people, you projecting it on other people because now you lack and you feeling in lack. So you want others to feel bad, and you're not even doing it purposely. It's just because you feeling like you in lack that you projecting it upon others. Now you angry and you sad and you depressed and you projecting it upon others because you're in a lack space, because you're not doing what you need to do to move in abundance. Abundance doesn't just come to you. You are not just entitled. We are meant for abundance. It is our God-given gift, but we have to give first to receive. We have to let go of things that do not serve us. We have to be willing to make the change in our lives. We don't just live a life full of selfishness, being mean to either each other's neighbor, lying and cheating and stealing, and think, well, I'm here, I deserve abundance. That's enough. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. The way it goes is that you have to be willing to do the work. Willing to do the work within yourself. If you see something that you did within a day that you wouldn't like somebody doing to you, let's make a change. It's not about being perfect, but it's about being aware and accountable, taking accountability for your actions. You lied to somebody today for what? What are you lying for? And matter of fact, even something that happened today that I have to nip in the bud, because a pet peeve of mine, when somebody try to ask me to lie for them. And I don't even lie for myself. Why am I lying for you, bro? I don't even lie for myself. I don't lie to myself. So why am I lying for you? Because you lying to others, and now you want to try to put me in this, all of that. My chattings, I'd be like, yo. Something happened today where literally the brother went and had a drink where he's supposed to take me somewhere. Mind you, he's taking a moto and he's drinking. And he asking me if I'm like, I don't drink, bro. Then I ends up, because I paid for the fabric I bought and everything and my water. And the lady ends up taking from my money for his drink. And I'm supposed to give him money to pay for my moto. And he's like, oh, no, it's okay. Basically, like he's saying, like, can't say this in English, but this is what the understanding was. Oh, no, like, since you paid for the drink, you don't got to give me the money for the moto. Like, basically, instead of the money for the moto, which it was like 200 South franc less than the 1,000 I had to give him. So the drink was like 800. He telling me like, oh, no, it's okay to pay for the drink. And I'm just like, but then he's like, shh. And I'm like, bro, you know you're not supposed to be drinking on the job, especially when you driving me someplace. But the way it happened so fast, I didn't understand why we was there. I didn't really, it happened so fast, y'all. So I was like, wait, why is he drinking? Wait, my money just went to pay for the drink? I don't even drink. I don't like paying for alcohol. I don't want to pay for alcohol. Because that's not something I support, real talk. I went through my own shit when it comes to alcohol. Excuse my French, but I don't fuck with it. And I don't want to support that. I don't want to buy that. And it end up being my money that's paying for that. I would have rather give him the money for the moto and he go do what he want with the money. It's not mine no more. It's in your hands. You made your bed, now lay in it. So I'm here praying like, all right, God, please let us get to this destination safely. Then the guy later on asked me how much I gave to him. So I'm like, Because I don't like to lie. So I'm just like, I got him something for $800. So I said something instead of the drink. But I'm just like, even in those moments, I don't like that, because now I'm telling y'all what's happening in real time. I just had to tell the brother, like literally just text a few minutes ago, like, hey, I want somebody else to pick me up, because this is making me feel uncomfortable, because this guy's telling me to lie for him and then he's going to drink. So does that mean that every time we go and drive, he want to go drink? Because I don't even mess with drinking. So I don't even want to be with you while you drinking, and I don't know how you are while you drinking. We have a language barrier. So I need to make sure that I'm safe. I'm in a whole different country. I need to make sure that I'm safe. I need to make sure I'm protecting my mind, body, and spirit. I need to make sure I'm protecting my body that's taking this journey with you. And I need to make sure I'm practicing my mind and my spirit, because my spirit and my mind don't feel good that this guy is telling me to lie. And I'm telling you something this in real time, because I have to be real about it. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't really know how to lie, because I have to be real. I have to share my truth, because this is what helps me. This is what helps me help you too. Because if I'm here lying about things, holding back in things, then how am I supposed to do my mission on this earth? I've been talking about in the last few videos about your divine service to the world. My divine service to the world is me being myself completely and free, so that I could be an example for others to be free. And that's what it is. All of this lying, all of this holding back parts of self. Yes, protect your energy, but make sure it said you being real with yourself. And I got to be real with myself. I got to be real with y'all. The only way that I could serve and be in my divine purpose is me keeping it a buck, keeping it San France, keeping it a mill. Like I have to. Or else I'm not doing my due diligence. Like I just said a while ago, we have to do the work. The reason why I love Africa and this experience so much, because it showed me that I had to do the work. You know how much crying I did the last time I was here? You know how much crying I did? And journaling and dancing and releasing and really digging down into the truths that I didn't want to see. And expressing myself more with the people that it was challenging to express myself with. I'm like, I want to let go all of the lies, all of that. I don't want to live that way. I don't want to be blocked. I want to be free. And being free is being all of me, not just a part of what I feel like you will accept. I'm not in here for nobody's acceptance. I'm here to serve the Most High. N-I-N-I. I am the reflection of God. I am the reflection. So I have to be real with the Most High and myself. There's God in me. There's God in you. I have to be real with that. I got to be honest with that. I got to do the work. Everything ain't sunshines and rainbows, and it's no excuses. It's no excuses. Yeah, we gonna be sad sometimes. Yeah, we gonna be happy. We gonna be sad sometimes, happy sometimes, mad sometimes. All of that, but that don't change what's happening. That don't change the fact that you got to do the work. We got to do the work. Stop making excuses to not do the work. You have to do the work. Sometimes we looking at other people like, how did they get that? How do they do that? Because they doing the work. Everything ain't online. I do my best to share what I can online, but I'm doing the work in real life. I'm healing in real life in real time. I'm reflecting every day to be like, yo, I could have did this better. Yo, I could have did that. Let me move differently going forward. Let me move different. What can I do right now that can be different? How can I make a change right now and not even just wait for tomorrow? Tomorrow's another day, another time. All I have is right now. What can I do right now? I can speak to y'all. I can journal. Before this, I was journaling because I had some shit on my mind that I had to get out. And I said, before I go over here and speak, I need to journal this. I even journaled the story I just told y'all about the drinking and everything. I journaled that. I have to journal. I have to do my work. I have to do my shadow work. I have to do my self-love work. And it's a continuous thing. It continues to develop. It continues to expand as long as you are open to receive. The only way that we can get abundance as well is if we're open to receive. Sometimes we don't even feel that we are worthy of the abundance. So it's a block. It's a shut door. We have to know that we are worthy of the abundance. We have to give ourselves credit for the work that we are doing, even when it's the small things. Allow yourself to level up. Allow yourself to change. The only thing that is inevitable is change. The only thing that is consistent is change. So we have to be adaptable to that. We have to be open to that. We have to be accepting of that. It is important that we are free. It is important that we tap in. It is important that we know who we are and move accordingly. What is it that you love to do? What are your strengths and your skills? What is it that you do so naturally, that comes to you naturally? Those are your gifts. Those are your divine services and purposes to the world. So you do that, and don't make no excuse to do anything else. Don't be distracted. There will be many distractions. Do not be distracted. Allow yourself to express. Be all that you can be. Allow yourself to grow. It's all good. As long as you are authentic, it's all good. And with that being said, I could really keep going, but I have but so much time on my phone to speak with y'all. So I trust that I have said all that needs to be said. I bubbly love you so much. Thank you all for who are tuning in later on, because this is not live anymore. But I thank you all of those who have supported me, who have been watching my journey and just supporting me along the journey. It does not go unrecognized. All of the messages, all of the conversation that we have back and forth, it means a lot to me. Everything that what people been tuning in, and just, I love you. I thank you. I need you. We need one another. So let's build together. Let's be free together. I truly love you. And know that I am here. I'm about to create more safe spaces for us to just connect and talk like this more, where it's not just me talking, it's all of us talking. So stay tuned for that. And if you want to talk, hit me up. You can hit me on Instagram, Bubbles the Creative. Hit me on YouTube. Send me a message. Send me an email. Bubbleszllc@gmail. BUBBLESZ Feel me? If I feel your energy, I might give you my number too, and we could talk on WhatsApp. You know what it is. I be here. I'm open. I'm mad open. I go with my intuition. I gotta follow my intuition. But if you want some next thing, then I'm not gonna give you my number. No. So that's another story. But I bubbly love you so much. So the way that we start is the way that we always gonna end. I feel so gross. The way we start is the way we gonna end. The way we start is the way we gonna end. You heard? Alright, so let's go into our breaths, because I definitely need it. I feel really fired up right now, but I needed that. So thank you for receiving me. I give thanks. So we're going to take these last 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Hold. Exhale slowly. Take another deep inhale. Hold. Exhale slowly. One more breath, make it count. Take a deep inhale. Hold. release slowly. I am love. I am patience. I am discipline. I am kindness. I keeps it real. I am healed. I am healing. I release all of my feelings. I am worthy. I am everything, and everything is me. I forgive me. I allow myself to be. I am love, and I love me, and I love thee. Thank you so much for tuning in. I trust that you have received all that you are meant to receive. I trust that I have expressed what I need to. And again, I bubbly love you. Hit me up. Let's talk. Let's chat. And until next time, from Togo, Africa, to the world, and I'm sitting there. Lastly, if there's any topics that you would like me to express and talk about, like, I really just be like channeling into like, okay, let me speak about this bit. Like I'll use experiences that happen within the week or just like my intuition. But if there's any topics that you want me to discuss, or if you want to come on as a guest, I would have to take guests from October on because of service. But let me know if you want to come on here and have a chat with me live, okay? I'm here to support you as it supports me, and just us coming together in unity. I bubbly love you. I'll see you next time on the Bubbly Love Show. Peace and love.